Okay, let's get to this review. Alright. Oz, the Great and the Powerful. Oh, come on, this isn't gonna be that hard. It's just... Okay, look. Just try to think about all the things that made you angry about it. Yeah, think about the trailer. Man, like, this advertising sucked for this movie. Like, literally, you had a trifecta of, like, a really horrible build-up, and yet... Oh, jeez. Okay, James Franco. Yeah, he sucks. He totally sucks. Like, why the fuck would you get him as an actor for this movie? It's just... bleh. It's like the look on his face, the way that he takes the role. He's not Oz, he's fucking James Franco dancing around on a CG set. Yeah. Except, well, I mean, it's not totally CG. I mean, no. Okay, Sam Raimi. I mean, why would he direct something like this? It's totally... Well, I mean, not... It looks like his work. It's got his comedy in it. Okay, but it's still a sibling of Joe Roth's really shitty work, and, you know, like... as much as it is, it's not as bad as Alice in Wonderland. Hell, it's not even as bad as Snow White and the Huntsman. I mean, at least this knows that it's... Oh. Well, this is gonna be a weird one. As you recall, I managed to rant on the trailer for Oz the Great and the Powerful for a good 5 minutes, claiming that it was going to be the worst fantasy movie of 2013. Sadly, Jack the Giant Slayer seemed to take in that title. But from the trailer alone of Oz, it looked like it was going to be a movie full of really bad dialogue, drowning in CG, and miscast with James Franco as the lead, as directed by Sam Raimi and produced by Joe Roth, infamous for Alice in Wonderland and Snow White and the Huntsman. So was that movie that? Yeah, it was. It was exactly everything that I expected. The one thing I didn't expect is that this movie I didn't hate. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't like it for any of these reasons either. So I'll sum it up short here. It's a dumb movie that knows it's dumb. Honestly, I really went into the theater trying to harbor the fire I had when I made my trailer rant. I was even, like, set up for the worst movie night possible. Everyone and their brother and their 5 kids each just had to be there for the premiere of this movie, and I even had the worst seat in the theater, all the way to the front row, far left. I was looking at the movie from a 35-degree angle. Like, this was destiny telling me that I was gonna have a horrible time, and yet the credits started. The strange yet alluring 1900s paper animation opening credits were probably the best thing about this film. It was creative and attractive, and it told the movie in just mere moments, even though it was in black and white. For some reason, this simple beginning was able to quench my hate and calm my nerves on how bad this movie was really going to be. So as the movie got on a roll, everything went as expected. The jokes were corny, and James Franco was being James Franco. I mean, seriously, did we have to have this guy in this role? But I took a moment to look around me and see that everyone was fairly entertained. Like, really, the kids were enjoying the jokes, and the parents were liking the digital effect and all of the homage to the original Wizard of Oz movie. And then it got me thinking, how long had it been since I'd watched a movie in a full house with people that I didn't know? And the short answer is, too long. Way too long. So the story, you probably know it by now. Oz is an unlikable womanizing con man who gets sent to the land of Oz, where he is a prophetic chosen one and has to team up with many real-life counterpart characters along the way. He's the cause for the Wicked Witches, but with a montage he helps the good guys out pull off a giant plan with a few twists in between, where he becomes a great man. Basically, douche becomes hero, learns right from wrong, nuff said. This movie, as you can probably tell from the trailer alone, is what it is, and everyone behind the curtain knows it. It's like watching a community play, and everyone knows all the problems with it, so they just decide to go with it. Honestly, this movie makes its own riff material. There are actually a few parts where even I'm making fun of certain lines and dialogues. I knew it was bad, and they knew it was bad, and just rolled with it. Yeah, I know this kind of thinking is really lazy in movies, and it doesn't help give progress to a medium, but it wasn't Oz's goal. Entertainment is entertaining, and everyone in that audience that night was definitely entertained. In this sense, Oz is harmless. It's a goofy kids film that knows what it is and doesn't have any higher ambition. In fact, you could say because of its low ambition, it doesn't burn and fail like its Joe Roth brethren, Snow White and the Huntsman, and Alice in Wonderland. Two movies so aggravatingly bad for trying to play it off serious and be something that they're not. Am I praising this movie for being simple? No! It's still Disney schlock, and it may not be a scam this time around, but it's at least a C- effort, and I give no respect to that. Oz, the Great and the Powerful, I hope, should fall into the sea of mediocrity as a movie that didn't really affect us or really have any kind of impact on us. I can't hate it, though. Sans James Franco. The people working in this film had fun and did it just because, and hell, there were even a few moments where even I was affected by a few what the fuck moments or chuckled at a really bad line. I feel good that I was completely right about this movie. You don't really need to see this, and you shouldn't. You're not really missing anything. In fact, I would sooner suggest the original Wizard of Oz movie to you and your kids. Sans the Flying Monkeys, of course. However, this is the place where I do need to eat my words. I was so consumed with rage in making the trailer rant that I only thought about what kind of effect this movie would have on the people rather than how people would really feel about it. What I mean to say is that I wasn't thinking about how the audience was really going to be entertained, and I needed a full theater to see that people actually liked this movie. So for ranting about how people should hate this movie and, you know, me pointing out its flaws, doesn't really make me any more clever or any more right, and for that I do apologize. However, that's all that needs to be said. This movie stinks, but it's not the worst thing ever. I'm Joe Cassidy, and thanks for watching.